Hello there and welcome to yet another edition of the Lagos Transportation Agenda, where we engage influential, knowledgeable and capable, competent stakeholders and players in the dynamic world of transportation as we dissect the events, issues and trends, playing out in this very, very important sector of the nation's and particularly the state's economy, which is transportation. My name is Austin Inyang. And on this show today, we are looking at the training that the VIS, the Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Service, is holding for its personnel. What are the immediate and long-term benefits of this training, and what exactly are the tangible and intangible results being envisaged by this training? Like all the government agencies in Lagos State, the Vehicle Inspection Service places a high premium on human capacity and the skill development. And to discuss this and others related matters, I have with me the director of the Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Service, in the person of Engineer Akin George Fashola. Welcome, Director.
Nice to see you again, Mr. Austin.
Yes, sir. The director and I will be discussing the training program currently going on in the VIS and what a revolutionary impact it will have on the output of its personnel going forward when the Lagos Transportation Agenda returns after this time out. Please don't go away.
Welcome on board the newly retrofitted Light Ferry, where innovation meets comfort on water. As you step onto our state-of-the-art vessel, you'll notice the modern design and enhanced facilities that prioritize your safety and enjoyment. Our retrofitting process has not only upgraded the aesthetics, but also improved the performances of the boat, ensuring a smoother and faster journey across the beautiful Lagos waterways. Feel free to explore the spacious seating areas equipped with comfortable amenities such as life jackets for all passengers, a first aid box, fire extinguisher, all for a relaxing ride. Our knowledgeable crew is here to assist you, making your journey as enjoyable as possible. Join us as we set sail towards a more efficient and eco-friendly future, embracing technology while celebrating the vibrant culture of Lagos. Thank you for choosing Light Ferry, where every ride is a memorable adventure.
Welcome back. Is the Lagos Transportation Agenda, and the director of the Vehicle Inspection Service of Lagos State, Engineer Akin George Fashola, is my guest on the show today, and we are discussing training, human capacity building, skill development among the personnel of this particular very pivotal agency. Welcome once again. And so exactly who is being trained and what for?
Okay, so for you to appreciate what Lagos State is doing with vehicle inspection services, you need to understand that we are over 500 staff strong and increasing to handle the matters of Lagos State. So aside from the normal tech training that we give officers, I think our focus going forward in terms of getting our behavioral pattern right. So over the course of this year, we've been engaging officers on their emotional challenge, emotional strength, emotional intelligence as it relates to the job. So far this year, we've had zonal heads. We have 43 zones across the state.
Okay.
So the heads of each zone, so that's 43 officers.
Yes.
On emotional training, emotional intelligence. How is best I put it this way. So for you to be able to deal with somebody else, you need to know your own strengths and characteristics, and how it affects that person you are dealing with. So that's one of the main characters in emotional intelligence. If you can identify your own emotional intelligence, then you are in a position to substantiate with somebody else.
Exactly.
Now, the reason for that is in the course of dealing with motorists, you cannot predict what you are going to meet on any given day. Everybody has, sorry to say, one issue or the other that they are dealing with. And as part of the responsibility of being a vehicle inspection officer, you need to be able to match or rise above whatever the vehicle owner you are dealing with is bringing to the table. And that requires you to know the limits of your own intelligence. So we've taken 45 officers, zonal officers through that, and we have also taken 75 sub-level officers under them through the same program.
Okay. From the way you have, enumerated this, especially your focus on emotional intelligence and wellness and so on, it looks as if maybe this is a whole different approach from what trainings you've been having in the past. Is it like follow-up or something totally new, a new direction entirely?
No, okay, so like you said, it's a different path. And one of the things that we've noticed is the fact that times have changed. Times have changed and they are changing. And with the advent of tech, and when you look at tech, you look at economical factors in the environment, in the country, some things have shifted from normal behavior into, I don't know what to call it, I'm not a psychologist.
A lot of things have been normalized.
So the main focus for this directorate is to get the aggression out of engagements between officers and vehicle owners. That is the number one thing that is of concern to the Ministry of Transport and Lagos State in particular. Very important is, especially for the officers, is you cannot take the job personal. But that statement in itself is like a sledgehammer. When I say you cannot take it personal, but someone is being personal to you on a daily basis, that's a conundrum. That's a difficult place to be. Someone is in your face, someone is insulting, someone is condescending, someone is
overbearing.
So those are things that are very hard not to take personal. But you also remember, is service to the people. So for the most part, you can't take it personal, because if you're not doing this job, then there's no personal interaction involved. It's a straight, do you have your documentation? Are you allowed to drive? Is your vehicle in good order? But for one reason or the other, it gets out of hand, which is why the emotional intelligence for officers is very critical.
Just to a follow-up to Joe, what you said, I am sure you're familiar with this phrase, do you know who I am?
Yes, I do.
Do you know who I am? I will call your director. The question was, where are your papers and all the regular procedure that your man is trying to follow. But the question that comes by, do you know who I am? Call your director. How do you train your officers to react to that? Because that question is actually a rhetorical one, meaning I could make you lose your job.
Absolutely.
How does that, how did they do it?
And you see why I say the statement I made earlier is a weighty one. When I say you can't take it personal, but someone is indirectly threatening you that, do you know who I am? So part of the training, or part of the training that we are trying to put forth to them, is for officers to be able to isolate those kind of incidences and redress it in terms of, so that's not why I stopped you. It's not to know who you are. It's a simple, but for you to know that, you must also learn to manage your own psyche. Some people are triggered by that.
I don't care who you are.
And it dawns on you that Yeah, so who are you?
Know your worst.
But if you are intelligent enough to know that trap, that, okay, no, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, but that's not of interest right now. What I'm asking you is this, and that. I don't need to turn it into a fight. I need to be professional, I need to be profound, and I need to be forceful in a subtle way.
Yeah.
It's easier said than done.
Yes, true.
It's a skill that must be learned, and we must teach it to our officers, because it's not something you are expecting, but something you're going to meet on the road. There are skills to this, although I'm not skilled to teach them, which is why we are engaging people that can do that.
Facilitators and so.
Facilitators that are also registered doctors, psychologists, you know, very professional people to engage them in those aspects, even show them their own personal limitations. Once you can recognize that, then, you know, the rest is easy. The fact of the matter is, they have a job to do. They wouldn't stop you if you haven't broken the law, and law and order must be maintained in the state to prevent loss of life and property. And that is just plainly how it is.
Well said. The Lagos Transportation Agenda will return after this time out. We're still talking about the training that VIS is conducting for its officers at various levels at this time out.
Welcome on board the newly retrofitted Light Ferry, where innovation meets comfort on water. As you step onto our state-of-the-art vessel, you'll notice the modern design and enhanced facilities that prioritize your safety and enjoyment. Our retrofitting process has not only upgraded the aesthetics, but also improved the performances of the boat, ensuring a smoother and faster journey across the beautiful Lagos waterways. Feel free to explore the spacious seating areas equipped with comfortable amenities such as life jackets for all passengers, a first aid box, fire extinguisher, all for a relaxing ride. Our knowledgeable crew is here to assist you, making your journey as enjoyable as possible. Join us as we set sail towards a more efficient and eco-friendly future, embracing technology while celebrating the vibrant culture of Lagos. Thank you for choosing Light Ferry, where every ride is a memorable adventure.
You're just joining is the Lagos Transportation Agenda, and my guest on the show is the Director of the Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Services, VIS, in person of Engineer Akin George Fashola. And we've been talking about training, capacity building, skill acquisition. And I'm talking about skill acquisition, sir. You have talked about officers at the particular level. Are those the only people you're training? And is emotional intelligence and these other intangibles the only thing that are on the table? What other things are on the table?
Okay, so thank you. That's it's the zonal heads, which I said are the heads of each zone that we have across the state, are the ones that we started out with, because they are responsible for the zones. And then we moved on to officers that superintend for them when they are not in position. So we will move to the lower cadre. So when you look at our training strategy, by starting with the zonal heads, because they are in charge of the zones, they can replicate some of those
down the
line.
The lessons they've learned.
Some of those lessons, some of those intuitiveness that they've been shown down to the officers, cascaded down.
Okay.
But we'll also take those officers themselves, because they are the direct line to vehicle owners, to commuters, that they go one-on-one. So we'll also take them through those actions, through those procedures. Then we have new strategies which we want to adopt. So we will take them through that training as well. And as well, like I said, the normal health training sessions that we normally do, those will formulate part of how we go forward, because it is an officer that is in good condition that can perform duties that will serve the members of the public and the state. So those are some of the criteria for the training going forward. But I think, like I said, the first and the key one for me is that emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
So once we're able to get past that aspect, which is always from research that we've done within the department, from all the zones, it is always the number one issue that's giving us issues across board.
Exactly.
So if we can tackle that, all the other ones will fall in line.
Exactly.
Why? Because most of what we do now is tech driven. Once we train the officers on the tech, that's neither here or there. Once they are proficient in there, it's a matter of presenting the data, the facts. The fact speaks for itself. So where we have a lot of issues is that conflict.
Attitudinal problem.
Yes, that attitudinal problem, whether it be with the officer, whether it be with the member of the public. But I cannot be responsible for the member of the public.
Exactly.
I have to be responsible for our officers in house. So if we can get our officers in line to act the way they are supposed to act, I think we can take care of the public on a broader scale.
Okay, we have had instances of not just conflict between officers of agencies like yours with the members of the public, but also interagency conflict. Rivalry here and there. I've dealt with the VIS. Why am I being presented with the same problem from this other agency? Who's the VIS? We are the one that are doing this one. So it's sometimes confusing members of the public. I am asking because I want to get at the synergy, the level of synergy between your men and other agencies who are also, involved in the regulation or the maintenance of transportation order in these states. What's your? Are you encouraged by it, and this is something more that can be done?
No. That's a very relevant question, and I have a very simple answer for you, which we touched on previously. So with the advent of tech and new processes and procedures to augment physical enforcement, what we found is that interagency relationship have been reduced to the barest minimum. So infractions from IB LASMA, IB VIS, IB Federal Road Safety, there's a database now where all that is aligned.
Okay.
I don't need to, most of the time, conflict comes when there is an overlap
Yes.
of
responsibilities
and functional duties.
Yes.
But the tech, for the most part, has taken away all that. So, I mean, LASMA, like VIS, use the same, not the same, but they use tech like we do.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've noticed lately, there's a reduction in complaints from LASMA visibility on the road. Their general manager has been able to confine and restrict their activities to their core mandate, which is traffic enforcement. So all those other side attractions, all those other infractions which people commit on a daily basis have been taken over by tech that they use. For the most part, you see most of them now, you think they're just looking at you, but they're not really looking at you.
Exactly.
They're doing other things that you don't recognize to reduce the conflict. And so that overlap of functional duties is almost non-existent.
Yes.
Functional duties for each aspect of government agency is intertwined by tech. Now, it'd be interesting for you to know that, so part of the intelligent transport systems that we have implemented, which is also the cameras, LASMA has their own version of that.
Okay.
And they all meet in one back end.
Okay.
Right? So all you have to do is a connectivity, and you can see either infractions, either side, and everybody goes their merry way. It is one government, two agencies, or two different enforcement, but the goal is still the same goal: lives and property.
Okay.
free flow of traffic, the themes agenda, which is transport for the T. So the tech allows us to minimize that or virtually eradicate it. So that interagency conflict, I don't see it.
Okay, so there's no, just to cut it, sorry to cut in, there's no overlap between your VIS and LACVIS, for example.
No, LACVIS is an arm of
VIS.
vehicle inspection services.
Okay.
So I'm glad you brought that up. So let's clarify this now. Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Centers, which is LACVIS that you just brought up, is Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Centers, belongs to the Vehicle Inspection Services.
Okay.
It is an arm of Vehicle Inspection Services that you bring your car for inspection. That is the end of it. Inspection has nothing to do with enforcement, although they are correlated. Okay, so I'll give you an example how tech helps us. So when you come for inspection, which you are mandated to do once a year for private vehicles and twice a year for commercial vehicles, most of the time, we will tell you at that point if you have an infraction with government.
Yes.
As opposed to chasing you around. So most times when you see enforcement officers on the road, it's not because they're chasing you for it. It is for physical enforcement on things cameras cannot do.
Yes.
You have a broken windshield, your tires are gone, the vehicle itself is rubbish. So officers will take that off of you as mandated by law. But when you come for inspection, if I've given you a ticket, or the state has issued you a ticket or fine, either through Vehicle Inspection Services or either through LASMA or any other means,
Yes.
and you come for inspection, tech will tell you, you have an infraction. I'm sorry, you need to take care of that problem. Either you challenge it or you pay the fine before you can be offered services here. As simple as that. So there's no overlay in any aspect. Likewise, LASMA. If you make an infraction at LASMA, or LASMA has you infraction on any traffic violation, you have options, just like you have options in VIS. You can go to court, or you can pay the fine. The choice is, there's always an option.
Yes.
And so that is what tech has allowed different departments, different agencies to do, so that there's no conflict of interest in any aspect of performing their duties.
Thank you so much. Well said. I'm sure you will agree, as the saying goes, that attitude is altitude. And that is one thing that the Vehicle Inspection Service of Lagos State has decided to focus on in this training endeavor, that, as the director says, will continue well into next year and beyond, in order to ensure a good relationship between those who enforce the laws on transportation and road users and motorists like you and I. I urge all of us to cooperate with the VIS in order to ensure that it meets its mandate of safety and roadworthiness across the roads and roadways of Lagos State. And that's the size of our show today. I thank once again to the director of the Lagos State Vehicle Inspection Service, Engineer Akin George Fashola. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Always a pleasure to have you to listen, and I hope you continue to listen to the Lagos Transportation Agenda when we come your way, God willing, at this time every week on this channel. Till then, practice safety always. It's for your good, for the good of others. This is Austin Yang saying bye-bye. God bless.